Hi guys, this is Marie and welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to talk about Hermes with Juliet, which we made 4 videos now. If you want to introduce yourself.
Definitely check them out. They're on my channel. I absolutely love talking to Marie. She is a wealth of information when it comes to Hermes, but I'm so happy you have your own YouTube channel.
Thank you.
I'm happy to be here.
Finally.
Yes, seriously, I'm going to be a regular watching your videos, so I'm super excited.
And so if you like, just put a comment or you can subscribe.
Yes, definitely subscribe, you guys. Yes. Marie's the best.
And so today we are in this beautiful house. We are in Malibu actually, and this is our friend's house that he was sharing the house with us. You can have the link of the house on the below, and you can click on it. It's available on Airbnb, and the name of the house on Instagram is Le Petit Malibu.
It's so stunning, you guys. We walked around, we had some rosé at the tiki bar. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm really obsessed with this
There is some
place.
animals also on the back. There is some llama, there is some cow. So it is perfect for the day, for the filming.
Oh yeah, look at this. I mean, this background's so beautiful. Super happy. We're gonna hang out after this.
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna be asking you a ton of questions, and all these questions were actually from the first part of our series in the comment section. So this topic we're going to start with is actually the repairing of our Mezz bags. So are you ready to get started?
I am.
Let's do it. Okay. Is a specific Hermes artisan responsible for a bag if it comes into the repair shop and they previously worked on the bag?
No.
Okay.
So usually there is one main workshop for repair bags, which is in Paris. There is about 15 artisans working. So you have all the bags from all around the world who are coming, in this workshop. So there is hundreds of bags. Wow. There is new bags, there is vintage bags, there is botched bags, there is burned bags, there is beaten bags. So the training that I had in Paris was actually very interesting because you can see all the different, scenario of, I burn my handle, my dog eat my handle. What else? I have mold on my handle. I had a color transfer. You can see everything. So you can also see bags that you never see usually. You can also see skin that is not available. So sometimes you feel like you want to say, oh, it's probably fake, but it's not. So that's how you learn actually. And all around the world, additional to this workshop, there is 25 artisans who are sent, in different locations. So I was one of them in Beverly Hills. You have United States, mostly Europe, so which is UK, Spain, Italy. You have also Switzerland. You have location also in China, you have location in Japan, you have different locations that you can send your bag locally, but for the other country that don't have any artisan, they can send their bag in France. So that's how it takes time. Usually it takes a lot of time.
Wow. Okay, that makes sense then.
One time, because when I used to be in Beverly Hills,
I remember the story.
I used to check.
I was gonna
to see. Yes. So I found one of my bags, but I mean, what are the chances that you're gonna find? How they're gonna locate you? There is so many artisans, now in the world. So basically, they're doing that if you have a quality control on your bag. If you have a problem on your bag that is brand new, they're gonna send you back your bags. Usually never happen because you have full quality control. So if you have a problem when you receive your bag, it's pretty rare.
Yes.
But if it happens, they will send the bag to you, and you will have to fix it.
That definitely makes sense. Thank you. Yeah, I remember the Beverly Hills story. I was going to bring that up. I think it was so really amazing that you saw the bag, you recognized it, and I feel like, again, it's just nice as a consumer of these products to know that, as an artisan, you take such pride in the bags that you make too.
Yeah, and if I remember, it was one of the first bags that I made because it was I think it was a H in a square, which I think I start the year with the H in a square.
Wow.
So it was pretty good still.
Oh, I love that. So what is the most common repair on handbags?
I will say mostly cleaning, then usually changing the hardware when it gets scratched.
Yes.
The gusset also, restitch the gusset. But honestly, we have so many different type of variety. We can have just replacing a handle, We can do that locally. We can replace even a piece of leather like a gusset. There is so many different, but mostly those three, yes. So cleaning, hardware, and restitching a small part. Especially small leather goods, sometimes they want to restitch the whole thing, so yes.
Like cleaning, I feel like just like for typical maintenance, you'll want to send it in anyway. My bags, I've only had them for like 3 years, some of them.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's part of the maintenance process. But no, really, really good to hear that.
It's mostly spa.
It's mostly spa. Yeah. Personally, I think that's also one of the draw of Hermes is the fact that they have the Hermes spa and there's no time frame too with it, because some other fashion houses, like, it'll be like a maybe 3-year warranty that you can go in and send your bag in for repairs, like even on the hardware. But with Hermes, it's like the life of the bag, which is why I absolutely love Hermes, that you can send it whenever, get that hardware replaced or get it cleaned up. And it really takes a bag looking, a little bit older to looking really, really great condition.
The other thing that I like is you can also have an artisan to fix your bag, an artisan that it's from Hermes, because usually other brands, they're sending locally to sometimes shoemakers that are not trained for, they're trained for like making shoes, but the bag is a different process. So I feel like it's good to have a brand that you can send your bag safely. You know that the person who's going to take care of your bag are person from Hermes. They have the same training, and you don't want to send your bag anywhere. You want to have the best working on your bag. So yeah, it's good.
I love this. Honestly, that's such a great point. Sometimes people, especially in the luxury community, they're like, oh, once you get an Hermes bag, you tend to like stick with Hermes. Not only stick, but like tend to keep going with Hermes.
Yeah.
And this is exactly the reason why. It's like you just experience the quality, and it's just it's so hard to compare to other brands.
Honestly, I don't know any other brands who are sending their own artisan.
Yeah.
They're put them away from production to sending their own artisan to just, like taking care of the after sale. I don't know any other brands. I don't think any other brands are doing that.
Wow.
And it's a lot of money, on the table, because you're sending a family, and the craft person who's doing that is not on the other end making bags. So I think it's a service that only I think only Hermes has this kind of service.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, well, another reason why we love Hermes. Okay, what bag do you see the most common come in for repairs?
Usually it's Birkin Kelly Constance.
Okay.
Mostly those bags because they're the most popular. But honestly, there is all kind of bags. We can have garden party, Evelyn bags. Usually want to change the strap. It can be anything, but mostly it's Kelly. It's always kind of the same thing, but different colors, different
like
leathers.
Yeah,
change.
Okay, wow, very cool. So yeah, I feel like especially since your stories, a lot of them have been Birkin Kelly Constance.
Yeah.
So that makes sense, and I mean, we all love those. So
yes. And every leather has a special care. So it's not like you're going to do the same process every day. If you have a crocodile skin, it's not the same process. If you have a Togo skin, it's not the same process. Barenia is another process. So it's not boring because every repair is different, and you use a different technique on every skin or color. Sometimes it's like a different color. So yeah, it's interesting to have all those bags coming, and some are like very well used, and some are like brand new, and people are freaking out because there's a scratch.
Oh yeah.
So it's like you can see all the
variation,
the level. So it's very
so funny. I love how in our other videos too, you mentioned that these scratches just create character for a bag. So it's like even if it's just one scratch, you don't necessarily need to send it to the spa. You just use it, you love it, and the first scratch is the hardest, I heard, but then after that it gets easier, and then you're used to wearing the bag, and you'll wear it more often too.
But I feel like it can be a thing, a trend to have a beat up, Hermes bag.
I agree. I love it.
Mariquette and
Ashley,
yes, worse to go like Kelly's and Birkin bags.
Yeah.
Can be a thing.
It's a cool girl chic.
I mean, it's a bag that you throw stuff in it. It's it's not like to put on on your closet and it look nice. No, just use it. Use it and enjoy it.
I love it. So, what is your opinion on the craftsmanship of like other luxury brands? Given you do get in a lot of other bags from your company that you do have, so how do you think like Hermes compares to those luxury brands as well?
all the way up.
Okay. I love it.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You know, I think Goya, they have like things that are like hand stitch. Vuitton, they have like a suitcase, like a big suitcase that are handmade.
Wow.
But honestly, regarding, you know, handbags, like everyday handbags, I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe the finishes are like handmade, but not like Hermes. If you have to choose between buy like another brand 10,000 and a 13,000 Hermes, go for the 13. You know, like you save some money and then you just go for it.
I agree.
Definitely, I feel like those bags. Though, if you go with those bags in time, the Hermes is gonna
outlive it.
Yes, definitely.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So, do you know, sometimes like there's artwork on Hermes bags. Like, do you know if Hermes helps to like commission the artwork on Hermes bags? I know, I think Kim Kardashian one time like had like artwork on her bag, and I've seen this like with other people as well. It's not as common, but you do see it.
Yeah. Hermes don't commission any artist on they don't do collaboration actually. So if you want to get your bag paint, you have to buy your own bag and then, you know, find an artist who's willing to do that. I actually see it once at the store. It was like a Kelly 32 black Togo. And the lady, she had this amazing paint on it. It was like very gorgeous. It was a skirt with like a lot of color, and the bag was black, so it was like, you know, like very amazing. And so I talked to her, and she asked me, can you service it? And I said, you know, it's hard because, you know, it has been painted, so we can't,
it's
you know.
tough. Yeah.
So, but she actually told me that the cost of the paint was more than the cost of the bag.
No. Oh my god.
The artist charged her more than their own bag.
Okay, that is
so
goals.
Maybe it's like a famous, I didn't ask for the name, but I think I have a picture. I need to find it because I took a picture of it. It was very gorgeous.
Oh my goodness.
And personally, I love it.
Oh, I love that.
I love it.
I love it.
So nice, so nice. But I see it once. Only one time. Yes.
So very rare too.
It's very rare.
Yeah.
But it happened.
Wow. I mean, who knows? Maybe one day I'll get painting on my bags, but I feel like I need to accumulate a good amount before I get to that point.
I think she had more than one.
Yeah. Exactly. Do you have any advice on bags that get color transfer on them?
It's difficult because if you wear black or if you wear jeans, you know, with light colors, you're gonna have a problem. And it depends. Sometimes the color can be removed, and sometimes the dye of the fabrics
seeps in.
It's indelible, so you can't remove it. So honestly, I don't have any advice. I don't recommend people to put any product on their bags. I know online there is a lot of people who are like, oh, I put some coat on my bag, I put like a baby wipes, or like, this is the worst. Honestly, this is like, you can ruin your bag for that. So I will recommend people not to do anything about it, but at the same time, you know, you can definitely add color transfer. Yeah. It can be clean in some situation, but there is sometimes that it's just gone, you know. So maybe if you have like light bags, you know, avoid like black coat or like, just that would be my advice. Yeah, I feel like definitely for color transfer, it's like try not to take care of it yourself. Definitely send it to professional. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that makes sense. I saw a really bad stuff happening. Oh, when people, you know, like they look up online and they're like, oh yeah, I saw a baby cream. You know, baby cream is for baby. You know, it's not for bags. Yeah. So, and then they're coming back at the store. They're usually crying, and sometimes it's done. It's done. So I always told them, you know, if I have a Rolls Royce, I would never like touch it. Yeah. I would go, you know, to a, you know, professional, and, you know, because you don't know anything about it, you know. That's a great analogy. Yeah. I rather spend $400 in a 14,000 bags than, you know, just do it myself and just ruin it. So true. That's my advice. That's great advice. Yes, I'll definitely be taking that one. So if we bring our Mezz bags to your shop, will that still be able to be sent to Hermes for repairs afterwards, or how does that work? If you send your Hermes bag in an outside workshop, they're not going to take it anymore. So basically, if you go to your shoemaker, to another brand, now there is a lot of brands that they're making bags repair. or if you even go to me, they're not taking it anymore. So you have to know that.
Okay, it's important. Yeah.
I mean, you have different level. For example, I had the Hermes training, so I know the technique. I use exactly the same product that we use in France. I don't use American product. Most of the brands that are working, they are mostly like have a shoemaker background, which is not the same training, or they are using not the good chemical, or they are using chemical. You know, usually sometimes they're painting the bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you can see a lot of that. If you painting your bags, like when I was trained in Hermes, this is like, this is
don't do it.
No.
Okay.
It's like, it is no way. You rather like give it back the bag. It's not perfect, but you never paint the bag. Because if you paint a bag, it's like if you paint your skin, it's like the same thing. Your skin's gonna crack over time. It's gonna get dry. It's not fit because it's just paint. So it's not moisturized. And so usually I had some requests of some customer who would like have really bad, you know, bags and said, oh, can you dye it in black? I don't do that, you know. So it depends. But yeah, I had a couple of botched bags I took because I felt like I could make it better. But Hermes would return it. Hermes would say, no, we will not touch it.
So it's really important, you guys.
It's very important because you never know what people use on the skin. Sometimes they use chemical, and then when you try to clean it after that, you don't know how the chemical is going to react.
Yeah.
So it can be on you, you know, and you don't want to have like a disaster on your hands. So usually, no, you're not allowed to take, you know, anything, you know, from outside.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, that makes sense. So just always try to go to their Mezz spa if you have it.
Yeah.
And then, but any other luxury brands, I'm definitely sending to Marie because you're my go-to girl. And honestly, even if I need second opinion for Mezz stuff, I'll always go to you.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, definitely great advice. And I think that's really important because especially if you're someone who's new to Hermes, which I used to be, and I read about this online. But yeah, it could be a misconception where you're like, oh, I'll just get it repaired at my shoe repair shop and then also send it later to Hermes. But
They'll say no.
They'll say no.
No.
Yeah. So it's really, really important, you guys, to be aware of that.
Yeah.
So do you have any other fun repair stories you'd like to share?
Except the one that I shared last time.
Oh yeah, that was the best. That photo, the before and after, it was like, I thought it was brown. I thought the bag was brown and then it was black.
Yeah.
Right? I think,
like, it was a huge, crazy story. But I remember one time at the Beverly Hills store, I took care of a whale bag.
Whoa, what is that?
a bag made of whale. So I didn't know how to clean it. So I had to call Paris to ask for some advice because you are not allowed to send it because of the border, and you know now it's a protect species, so you can't you know, send it, and they could take it away from you. And I think it was a bag from the 50s.
Wow.
So very old, like old style clutch. I remember the clasp was like a whole thing, like made of like gold, very interesting shape. And so the outside was like a beige whale, which had like a bubble. It was like a pearl, and it was actually very easy to clean, very like strong as a plastic. And so I remember I took care of this one. I also remember that a customer called because he wanted his desk to be clean at his house. So I went to his house with my little, you know, like grooming stuff. And so it was in Calabasas, I remember. It was a huge house, and the desk was fine. It was just like...
Was it a leather desk?
It was a leather desk.
Wow.
You know, the one that's like 3 parts, kind of like 3 parts. I also had a bag that the clasp was made of ivory.
Ivory, yeah.
So I couldn't, same thing. I couldn't send it, so I had to, you know, like take care of it. And yeah, you have bags like that are coming back, and they are very old. You know, now obviously you're not going to use, you know, those, you know, material.
Yeah, like you said, like nowadays they don't make those from those materials, I'm sure, anymore, and for good reason. Wow.
And I had another story when I was transferred at the repair workshop. So I came and they were like, okay, so we're gonna clean the bag, and I'm gonna show you how to clean the bag. So I was with my, you know, my manager. It's not a manager; it's more like a mentor. And she showed me, and so she's like, okay, now you do your thing. I'm gonna give you like a Birkin 35 black. It's the most easiest thing to clean. So you save, don't worry, you're not gonna, nothing's gonna happen. It's not very fragile, you can go ahead. So I start to clean it, and all of a sudden all the colors, like all the blacks, like, just, go down, and you could see underneath, it was like a different color? I think a kid drew something like like a bone, like the pirates, like the pirate with the bones, like the skull.
Oh yeah, the pirate thing. Yeah.
And so I was freaking out. Like it was like my first day or my second day, and I was like, this has happened to me. And so she's like, okay, let's try to do this, let's try to do that. So we had to recolor the bags. We have to. I think the thing is like the kid drew something, and then she tried on herself to cover it with like a shoe, polish. And yeah, it was like pretty scary.
So scary. And they're like, this is an easy one.
Yes, and I was like, what I put my my feet into, it's like, no. And she was like, no, you're fine. This has never happened. Usually it's like you're totally fine.
Oh yeah, no, it's good to have that comfort. But yeah. Wow, what a story. Honestly, going into it, thinking it. But that's good to know too that like B35 in like Noir, like the black, would be an easier bag because like. Even for us, like, obviously we tend to gravitate towards black because it's just like more hardier and you don't see the scratches. It's safer. So it's good to know, same thing for an artisan when I'm sure you're starting out, like you can work. Yeah, you kind of starting with like, like safe stuff just to, get your hands, to just, have the technique and everything. And then the more you're staying, the more you're going to see, like a lizard or... I remember this bag, it was 5 colors in one bag, which I never saw after that. Wow. The bottom was burned, I remember. Sometimes the little, like the humidity. Oh yeah. So I think something happened with that. Yeah. And it was interesting because you could see like so many different things that you never see in the workshop actually. Yeah. So it was wow. You have the best stories, honestly. I'm really loving this. Do different repairs cost like different amounts? Yeah, definitely. Depend of, for example, if you're replacing a handle, it's going to cost a lot of money because first of all, you have to order the part, the leather, and then to redo handle on a bag that it's made, it's not the same process. Because in the workshop, we are making the handle on its own, and then we are putting the handle on the bag. When you are repairing or fixing a bag, you just have to mold the handle that's on the bag itself. So definitely that. For example, for a Birkin, if you have to replace the handle, you will have to unstitch the flap, and it's a whole process. You have to unstitch a lot of things to be able to replace the handle itself. Usually also the hardware cost because it's silver plated or gold plated. But yeah, it depends. It can go to $25 to like thousands, thousands. Yes, yeah, sometimes. I actually heard about this, like the handle being like the #1 like cost in terms of like costly repair because it's harder to repair it. Usually you have to replace the whole handle. So that's why it's actually really important, you guys, to use your twillies on these bags. Like, I know sometimes I'll take mine off for photos and like, it's cool, but like when I'm just like using it more of like, not every day, but like, more regularly, I'll use my twilly just to protect it because I heard that's the one that's like pretty costly. It's expensive, and second of all, it's you're never gonna have the same shade as your bag because of course if you have like an orange one and then you have it for 15 years, the orange is not going to be, the same. Hermes has a different shade also of orange. So usually what we do is like we used to take picture of, the bag, but on the picture you can't even tell. Or sometimes we used to send the part, the old handle, and then in Paris they will match the color because they have a huge bank of, like leather, even old leather. So we usually try to do stuff like that. But mostly I used to recommend to my customer to wear the twilly because you can get rid of the twilly, it's less expensive, you can even change the twillies, it's more fun. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. I know there is people that don't like twillies. Yes. But don't wear gloves. True. No, yeah, true. It's the only option. Wear gloves. Twillies or gloves. I love it. And also even for twillies, like I actually got mine dry cleaned, and like, because they, after a while, they do get stained from your hand, and they look brand new with the dry cleaning, and I'd rather do that than send my bag in for repairs. And it's so good you pointed out that, like, there is some risk that if you send it in, the color won't be as precise, so you really, really got to take care of the handles.
For example, if you have an old box bag, it's gonna be scratched, faded, and then you have like a brand new handle.
Yeah.
You know.
It's gonna look a little different. Yeah.
Yes, you're gonna have definitely a difference of shade, a difference of, you know, like one's gonna be new, one's gonna be, you know, so it's better to have a twilly. Every part can, you know, like get olds together, if I do say so. And I think it's better.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. That's great advice. What was the most expensive repair that you worked on?
Definitely every precious skin,
you
know, are the most expensive because it will require a special care. I remember one time I had to change to replace all the hardware on the HAC, which is like a heavy duty.
Yeah.
It's like the hardware is like that. It's like big.
It's big,
and you have to hammer it, and it's like it's a hard work. So I know that this. I remember it cost like some stuff because the hardware is big, and then you have to open the bag. I mean, it's a repair that it's taking a lot of time.
Effort.
What else? Also replacing handles, like I said.
Yes.
Those are expensive because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I think I replaced one time the gussets also.
Oh yeah.
But it's very rare. Usually people don't do that. It's either like a dog who like hit the bag. No, hit the bag, like he hit, like there is a hole in it.
Oh, okay.
Or I had some, you know, people who the thing was ripped because somebody tried to rob them, so they were hang on the bag and then it ripped.
Wow.
Yeah, stories like that. So this costs a lot because you obviously have to order the part. Sometimes you have to flip the bag and then flip it back. Yeah. You know, so it's a lot of work.
What's the most rare bag that you've worked on?
So as I said, I talk about the whale one.
Yeah.
Repaired whale one. We used to have those special bags that has like a exotic feather. I don't know if you know about them.
Like on the bag, it's an exotic feather.
I remember like so those are like it's like a special made bags. There is not like I think they have numbers. It's like a bucket. And then on the, so it's a bucket with a handle like that.
Oh yeah.
And on the bottom you have like a silver plate that you can remove. Yeah, it's like,
that is cool.
Yeah, we had an event, I remember, and so they sent us like all those crazy bags. It was a rooster, like a French rooster, maybe a fancy one. So the feather were like blue and it was gorgeous. Or those bags that are made of only silver. Do you know those bags? It's like a Kelly bag, but made of silver.
Silver only?
Yes. We had to touch them because we were. It was meant to be sell. Yeah, we sometimes had some stuff like that. A bracelet with diamonds, and you're like, you know, what if something happened? You're kind of scared.
Yeah. Wow. Very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Those are very exotic, and especially the feather one you were mentioning. Because I'm sure to replace that, it's not like leather. Where
honestly, the person who's buying those bags, they are not wearing them.
Okay, it's more
like
collection.
It's a collection bag. It's a collection collective. So you just have it and you can double the price of a regular, you know, like a bag. But it's a very special and unique piece. You know, you're not gonna find them. I never saw anyone, you know, wear things like that. So this is the end of the part 1. I hope you guys liked the video. We're gonna do a part 2 just after that. If you like it, please comment and subscribe.